Welcome back for another Waterfowl Wednesday, and today I'm going to be going over trafficking ducks and geese. This past season we ended up doing a lot of trafficking, and that's because we couldn't get on the X every time. We couldn't get on the fields where those birds were going and feeding. So we had to make up a plan to traffic the birds. And so today I'm going to kind of go over some points that I've learned along the way and some tips to help you guys if you end up in the same situation that I was. Like I said, you would need to traffic if you can't get on the X. The field where the birds are going in and feeding, just like clockwork. Mornings they're going there, evenings they're going there, and you can't get there. You just can't get permission for that field, but you can get permission for another field. So you want to figure out where the birds are coming from and where they're going to. They're going to come from the roost, so you want to figure out where they're roosting, get out and scout, and then follow them from the roost to the feed. And generally, I like to scout the evening before I go and hunt. So if they get off the roost and then they go fly to the field, you can't get permission on it. See if there's any other fields in the area under that flight path that those birds took from the roost to the field, and see if there's fields that you have permission on. See if you can get permission on any of those fields. Some great tools to use are onX Maps and Google Maps. Just kind of get an idea of where the birds are flying, what fields they're flying over, and seeing what kind of spot would be the best for visibility wise with those birds coming from the roost and going to the feed, and set up there. Once you have a field to set up in, you want to break out as many decoys as you can. It's really a numbers game when you're trafficking. You want that attention grabbing spread, make it look like there was a push of birds that came through, and make it look like almost they switched feeds from the night before. So the birds flying from the roost will see your spread and be like, oh, this looks like a place I want to be. There's a party going on, they're eating, they're having a great time. I want to go in and join those. Break out your full bodies, your shells, your socks, your silhouettes, and just throw them everything that you've got. And you know, if you've got 5 dozen decoys, set them all out. Get them all out there. Get as many decoys in that field as you can to get the attention of those ducks and geese. So for trafficking geese, after you have your decoy spread set and you got a nice big spread, it's attention grabbing, it looks really inviting. When those birds come over the horizon and you start seeing them, with geese, you want to grab as many flags as you can. Get those goose flags going, get the attention, start calling. But flagging is going to be way more important than your calling when you're trafficking. You want to get the motion, you want to get the attention, you want to make it look like this is where the party is. So I know we've got 2 flags, we had 3 but 1 broke. So get as many guys flagging as possible. Maybe even run around in the spread with the flag. That tends to work sometimes, and get the attention. With calling, be very aggressive with your calling with the geese when you're trafficking, because you're trying to break them of their habit. They know where they're going, and they have a plan from the time they pick up off the roost to go to that field. But what you're doing is saying, hey, this is where we want to be. So get the motion, get their attention, get them interested, keep calling, get them interested, and try and break them of their habit to come in and take a look at your spread and finish in there. With ducks, it's pretty similar, except you want to put as many mojos in the spread as possible. Trafficking ducks can be done. It's a little bit difficult. I think trafficking geese is a little easier than trafficking ducks, but it can be done. Get those mojos wings spinning, call the ducks, and listen. Watch the birds, both ducks and geese. Watch the birds. With your calling, if they're interested, you make them interested, maybe back off the calling a little bit. Don't call so aggressively. Just kind of let the ducks and geese show you what they want. That's pretty much the basics of it. Get under the flight path of those birds, set out a big spread, call and flag aggressively, and if the birds aren't liking the aggressive calling once they get a little closer, back it off a little bit. Give them some feeder chuckles, some quacks, some 5 notes, but don't just be highballing them all the way in. Geese, same goes for that. Get loud, aggressive when they're real far out, but if they don't like that aggressive calling when they're getting in close, back it off a little bit. So trafficking, it's a great option if you can't get on the X and you still want to hunt. I know in Colorado we trafficked a lot of birds with big spreads. We did it here with bigger geese. We trafficked a lot of lessers in Colorado. I think lessers are just a tad easier to traffic than graders, but it still can be done. We've had successful hunts trafficking, not killing limits or anything, but we still got out and had some fun hunts and killed some birds, and that's what really matters. If you guys have any tips for trafficking birds, leave it in the comments of this video. I read all the comments, and I like learning from you guys and having you guys share some information that maybe would help me out with my hunts. And I hope you guys go through the comments and look through it and see if there's anything that I missed in this video and somebody else had something to add. It's kind of like an open community forum for you guys in the YouTube comments. Be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. It means a lot when you guys do that. Follow me on my social media. I've got Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. Follow me on there to stay up to date with what's going on. But that is all I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.